So I don't know about you, but this year's National Basketball Association rookie class has been an utter and total disappointment. I'm sure if they were doing the Tom Brady Netflix roast this week, Nikki Glazer would certainly have some comments about this year's rookie class. In fact, things have gotten so bad for the rookies this year in the National Basketball Association that, quite frankly, the only real rookie highlight I could come up with is this video right here of one Zaccharie Edey. Now, of course, this video is actually from a video game. As you can see, Zach is absolutely dominating a player in the video game who is at least 2 feet shorter than he is. Welcome to the National Basketball Association Rundown Show. On today's show, we are going to talk about what's wrong with this year's particular rookie class. That is the topic. Now, I expected at the start of the season that we would see Reed Sheppard actually get somewhere between 20 and 25 minutes a game. And to this point, that hasn't happened. I'm putting some stats up for you all to see who the leading players are, at least through 2 games of these players' rookie seasons. And Jamal Sheed is actually currently ranked as the best rookie in the rookie class so far. And he was, if you will, the 45th pick, and nowhere near the first round so far through 2 games. The 45th pick who played 4 years at the University of Houston, is a member of one of the worst basketball teams in the league, the Toronto Raptors, which is a team that, if the NBA actually had relegation, would certainly be in danger of being kicked out of the league. So you would expect any rookies on those really bad teams to actually get a significant amount of playing time. Now, I don't want to overreact too much. We're just a couple games into the National Basketball Association, and all of these rookies that I have listed here have only played in 2 games to this point. Jamal Sheed and several other players will play tonight, and we'll see if anything changes. In the small glimpses that I've had of Dalton Knecht on the Los Angeles Lakers, I've actually been very impressed. I can say the same thing about the small glimpses of Stephon Castle that I've also seen in his first 2 games with the San Antonio Spurs. In fact, Castle probably has the best overall line or stat line to this point, 8 points a game. And he has 5 assists a game and 3 rebounds per game. That's some pretty solid numbers for a rookie who's actually just sort of getting limited minutes out of the gate. So I'm sure Castle will be fine, and I'm sure eventually Houston will find a way to play Reed Sheppard more, and he'll break out a bit, and Dalton Knecht at some point will become a larger part of the Los Angeles Lakers rotation. But the season is young, and it's understandable that a lot of the better teams in the National Basketball Association, or at least the teams that believe they're going to be better this year, a la the Houston Rockets, would be, if you will, having a bit of a slow roll to actually bring some of these players along. Now, I'm not sure what the Atlanta Hawks' excuse is around Zaccharie Risacher. He's averaging 19 minutes a game, and he's actually going to be one of those players in the National Basketball Association that, if you are going to find a way to turn him into a successful player, he will actually need to actually have some plays actually run for him, which, of course, the Atlanta Hawks aren't doing at all. Now, at the end of the day, once again, it is early in all of these players' careers, and one of the big things that tends to prevent players from actually growing and getting better is actually playing minutes. Now, Jalen Wells with the Memphis Grizzlies is averaging 22 and a half playing minutes, which is pretty good for a rookie. 7 points a game and 2 rebounds a game for him. So So you start to look at some of these players and you start to see some of these stats and you start to see where, well, maybe potentially there is something there. Maybe this will not go down in history as the worst NBA draft class of all time. But I have to say, when the best player, at least through the first 2 games, was drafted 45th, you are well on your way to wondering if this rookie draft class is actually going to amount to anything. Now, I believe Dalton Knecht. I believe Reed Sheppard. I believe eventually Zach Edey will turn things around. I believe Zaccharie Risacher is good enough to be a very good player in the National Basketball Association. Maybe not a number 1 draft pick, but definitely good to be, or definitely going to be a good enough player in the NBA. There are a few other sort of hidden gems out there as well. So I don't think this will ultimately go down as the worst draft class in NBA history. But I have to say, if these players do not get more playing minutes, more meaningful playing minutes, then from a statistical standpoint, they might not ever amount to anything, because ultimately the National Basketball Association is all about players who actually get actual playing minutes. All right. A super short NBA rundown. I've been wanting to do something on the NBA rookies since the start of the season, but there just hasn't been anybody at this point who's actually had any sort of significant standout game where it was worth actually doing a video. I thought by now I would have at least done, a Reed Sheppard video, a Dalton Knecht video, a Zaccharie Risacher video, a Stephen Castle video. Somebody would have had something that was significant during the first couple games of their rookie seasons, and it just hasn't been the case. It's as if it were sitting in the middle of a California water drought. That's what this actually feels like to me. All right. New to the NBA Rundown, please go ahead and subscribe. And, of course, like this video for the NBA Rundown. I am Dave DeBaugh, wishing you all a tremendous rest of your sports viewing day.
This is Phoenix.